Most investors view dividends as a bonus or supplementary cash. To build structural wealth, you must shift your mindset. Stop viewing dividends as cash and start viewing them as reinvestment fuel. Without DRIP, you are effectively leaking your wealth potential. Every time a dividend hits your account as cash, the compounding process resets. By utilizing DRIP, you convert your brokerage account into a self-contained wealth engine. Your capital isn't just sitting idle. It is being systematically deployed back into the market every single cycle, creating a closed-loop system where your assets are constantly breeding more assets. The anatomy of DRIP precision mechanics. DRIP is not merely reinvesting. It is a form of automated institutional-grade accumulation. When you enroll in a DRIP program, you are essentially delegating the heavy lifting of trade execution to the brokerage. Fractional share acquisition. In manual trading, you are often limited to purchasing whole shares, which can leave stranded capital, the leftover cash from a dividend payment that isn't enough to buy another share. DRIP allows for the acquisition of fractional shares, meaning 100% of your dividend is deployed regardless of the stock price. The psychological buffer. Market volatility is the enemy of the manual investor, who often succumbs to fear when prices drop. Because DRIP is automated and occurs at predetermined intervals, you are forced into a strategy of constant accumulation. You buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when prices are high, effectively executing the gold standard of investing, dollar cost averaging. Comparison: the stagnation of cash extraction versus exponential accumulation. Let's look at the difference between the leak and the engine. The cash extractor. By taking dividends as cash, you are opting for linear growth. Your position size remains frozen in time. You are essentially renting out your capital, and if the market appreciates, your percentage of ownership doesn't increase. You are simply collecting a service fee for the asset you hold. The DRIP architect. By reinvesting, you are opting for exponential growth. In the beginning, this looks like mere pennies. But look at the trajectory. By year 5, your share count is significantly higher than your original purchase. By year 10, your dividend yield is no longer based on your original investment, but on a significantly larger accumulated share count. You are building a yield-on-cost advantage that manual traders can never replicate. The mathematical crossover point, the moment of velocity. This is the holy grail of investing. Every investment has a crossover point, the moment where the income generated by your reinvested shares exceeds your active biweekly cash contributions. The early phase. You are doing 90% of the work. You are pumping money into the engine to keep it running. The crossover. Suddenly, the interest on interest takes over. You are no longer just building wealth. You are maintaining a system that builds it for you. The velocity phase. Post-crossover, every dollar of your original contribution is now acting as an accelerant on an already massive growing base. This is where wealth is not just earned, it is manufactured. Strategic integration, taxation, and trust architecture. When you house your DRIP-enabled strategy within a trust, you add a layer of institutional stability. Strategic integration, taxation, and trust architecture. When you house your DRIP-enabled strategy within a sophisticated structure, such as an irrevocable trust, you are moving beyond mere capital growth. You are establishing a jurisdictional boundary for your wealth. The trust is a corporate shell. By placing your dividend-producing assets inside a trust, you effectively sever the personal connection between you and the capital. The assets become the property of the trust entity. This provides a critical layer of insulation. Your personal liabilities or external legal claims cannot easily pierce the veil of the trust to reach the engine you are building. You are no longer just an investor. You are the trustee of a self-sustaining corporate entity. Tax efficiency and deferral dynamics. While dividend reinvestment is generally a taxable event in many jurisdictions, the structural placement of those assets within a trust allows for a higher level of institutional control. You can utilize the trust's specific tax ID to manage reporting and ensure that your reinvestment strategy aligns with your long-term income tax planning. This moves you from the retail investor mindset of reactive, yearly tax filing to the institutional mindset of proactive, structured tax strategy. The philosophy of perpetual ownership. One of the most neglected aspects of wealth building is the handoff. Standard brokerage accounts are vulnerable to probate, administrative delays, and individual estate disputes. A trust-based structure ensures that your wealth engine remains uninterrupted by your absence or by legal transitions. When your compounding engine is housed in a trust, the DRIP strategy continues to execute with mechanical precision, regardless of who is acting as the designated trustee, ensuring the legacy you are building remains intact for beneficiaries. Institutional discipline. Operating through a trust requires a level of documented decision-making that reinforces the very discipline DRIP demands. It forces you to treat your investment portfolio as an operating business. This prevents the emotional leakage that causes most investors to abandon their strategy during market dips. When you view your portfolio as a trust asset rather than personal spending money, your commitment to the long-term compounding trajectory becomes an institutional obligation rather than a personal preference. By integrating your DRIP strategy into this framework, you are doing more than just buying stocks. You are building a fortified financial apparatus designed to withstand market cycles, legal scrutiny, and the passage of time. This is the difference between temporary wealth and generational prosperity. Administrative efficiency, DRIP, removes the human element of manual allocation, which minimizes error and keeps your financial records clean for trust administration. Asset shielding. By centralizing your accumulating wealth within a contractual structure, you ensure that this wealth engine is protected from external liabilities. You aren't just saving money, you are building a fortified financial asset that is legally and structurally designed to persist across generations. Conclusion. Reclaiming agency. The transition from paycheck to wealth independence is difficult because it requires changing how you value your time and your capital. DRIP is the mechanical proof that you have achieved agency over your financial life. You have moved from a passive participant to an architect. You aren't just saving money, you are building a self-sustaining system that operates independently of your hourly labor. This is the path to the monthly yield you are targeting. It starts with the first reinvested share, and it ends with total financial sovereignty. Ultimately, the power of a DRIP-enabled wealth engine is that it transforms your relationship with time. When you are trapped in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, your time is a finite resource you trade for survival. But when you move to an automated compounding system, you begin to trade your capital for freedom. You are no longer just a worker, you are the architect of your own economic sovereignty. Every fractional share you acquire through reinvestment is a brick in the foundation of your legacy. You are creating a structure housed within your trust that is designed to exist long after you have moved on from active labor. This journey toward a monthly yield is not just about the number on the account screen. It is about the ability to dictate your own path, to fund your own projects, and to secure your family's future without ever having to ask for permission. If you have stayed with me through this deep dive, you now understand the difference between passive participation and active system design. Do not just watch this process, apply it. Take the time to set up your reinvestment structures, audit your fixed costs, and automate your contributions. We are not here to chase quick gains. We are here to build a permanent, self-sustaining financial architecture. If you're ready to stop trading your life for income and start building an engine that produces it, hit subscribe. We are documenting every step of this build, from the technical setup to the long-term compounding trajectory. The engine is built. Now it's time to let it run. Let's keep building.